I am a member of the Beyond Attica campaign, which is a coalition of organizations and people that are coming together, community members, to close Attica. As you know, Attica represents an epicenter of racist brutality and inhumane treatment, and we are organizing to close it immediately as we strive to end staff violence and abuse across all prisons. Because imprisonment is fundamentally violent, we are working to reduce the number of prisons and people in prison in New York.
With crisis and all this crisis.
I was only given a nod to life, but that nod to life turned into 25 years. I just came home in September.
The racist and demeaning and torturous things that we see that take place in the prison system.
Attica laid the blueprint for what we must do out here in order to be successful.
I recall my first experience with Attica was when they had the rebellion. You know, unfortunately, I was able to attend the funeral of the brothers who had been killed in Attica, and I know that the brothers in Attica were complaining about the maltreatment that they were receiving. They were complaining about having been brutalized by the prison guards.
And I know what it was like for my family to be torn apart because of the distance. And this is why we need to end mass incarceration now. And that starts with closing Attica. Because the time is now.
Fractioning their cheekbones, breaking their arms. You want me to put some faces to that, some names to that?
And as somebody that spent 6 months in the SHU and 10 years in the penal system, I know what the system does, man. I know how it destroys communities. And, you know, it's a shame that they still out here trying to build more prisons, spending all our money, all our tax dollars to build all these, you know, more institutions and less programs and less, you know, less educational alternatives. A lot of powerful people, we out here trying to spread the message, you know, the positive movement. And, you know, it's only going to work if we come together, man. We all talk and be one. And, you know, we unite for one cause and one mission.
Not only do we choose to close down Attica, but we also look to close down other correctional facilities that have a history of violence and torture toward those who are incarcerated. Because no matter what the crime is, they still deserve to be treated as decent human beings.
At Attica, men are continuing to be abused. At Attica, men are continuing to be exploited. And there's no need for it. There's really no need for it. A correction officer shoves me hard back against the little hallway, then punches me above my eye, shoves me again, so that I bang my head against the wall. This is a 64-year-old man.
Once you get out, you always carry that stigma with you. No one wants to hire you. I couldn't even get a guard job at the World Trade Center, which was a hole in the ground at the time when I first came out. But when I got out, they were hiring guards at the hole in the ground. I couldn't even get a job there, guarding a hole in the ground, because I had a criminal record.
We know that more policing and imprisonment do not make us safer. Stable housing, food, access to adequate physical and mental health care, and freedom. These are the things that build stable and empowered communities.
We have a system that has failed us, and we invest money in this. See, the community uses money from various other programs and puts into the prison industrial complex. So what we have to start doing now is start holding them accountable. That's why we need to shut Attica down.
It prevented me from actually going to college. They left me in a box. So, you know, Attica needs to be shut down. You know what I mean? Because it disqualifies men. It disqualifies the growth of human beings.
The state must close Attica immediately and move those resources away from putting human beings in cages and move resources towards educating them, housing them, and healing them.
I know a lot of people who are very doubtful
that we can have any kind of influence in terms of closing New York State Prison. But I'm here to tell you that we can do it. And together, we can close Attica down.
So are we going to tell everybody else about this problem? And what are we going to demand that they do once they find out? Tell somebody else.
We gotta just stay strong, stick together if we want anything done. Ain't nothing gonna happen. We do things on our own. We gotta stick together. We start from the root out here. If we start out here, we shut the things down out here, then we can, one thing at a time, we can get things done. We gotta stick together.
My brother is locked in a cell, so tell me how could we not rebel as long as these prisons exist? We're gonna be here